school year is almost over, and the American Academy of Pediatrics is revising its guidelines surrounding screen time for kids. Here to talk about that is Dr. Erica Lee, a psychologist at Boston Children's Hospital. Always great to see you, doctor.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Dr. Lee. So the guidelines, they used to be a uniform 2-hour time limit. Now there's something called the 5 C's. Never heard of this, so let's put them on the screen. Child, content, calm, crowding out, and communication. So what do these 5 C's mean? What's the overall message to parents here?
Yeah, great question. So the 5 C's are developed by the American Academy of Pediatrics, right? And really what they're saying is that because technology is now such a part of our daily life and it's really evolving so quickly, we as parents need to be really intentional how we teach kids about screen time. So similar to other activities that are important but involve risk, like riding a bike or swimming, you really need to think about how to tailor your child's media habits to their individual age and developmental stage. So the 5 C's are a really quick framework to help you think through who is your child, what are they like, what do they gravitate towards, how are they thinking about media, how does it impact them, and do they have other things that are important in their lives that are not getting crowded out because of screen time?
No, it's so important. When my kids were little, this will date me now, but we had Leapfrog.
There you go.
Right, this little thing that was like this, and I thought
that's a reading aid, though.
Right, but
that was a good thing.
And I wanted to make sure that we weren't doing that too much. So now it's a whole new world. How much is too much screen time for school-age kids, doctor?
It's a fantastic question. It's one of the most important things parents are thinking about now, but it really does depend on the family, because you want to be thinking, how old are your kids? What's their level of social and emotional maturity? You know, what are your goals as a family? And thinking through some of the really important considerations around media use. So the American Academy of Pediatrics also offers a really nice online resource for creating a family media plan. So that helps you decide, how do I balance media consumption with other important goals and activities for my kids? How do we set family expectations? How do I think with my kids about digital safety and privacy? And how do I teach them actually to become media literate and choose appropriate content and understand how that impacts them as they age and they grow?
Okay, so I'm hearing from you, it depends on the family, it depends on your child. As a general rule, though, is it okay to kind of use screen time as a reward, even if it's just maybe a little extra, 30 minutes extra for doing something, or is that not a good idea?
No, I absolutely think so, yes, but of course, all things in moderation, right? And parents, you can actually think of screen time, it really clearly is a desirable activity or reward, just like other things that your kids want. And often, I think this is what you're pointing to, it's usually the thing that they want the most. But that means that you have this really great opportunity as a parent to set expectations around what they need to do to earn that time. And you know they're going to likely be motivated to do those things because they want that screen time. So things like chores, homework, contributing to the family, doing other important activities, those can all be part of the reason why they earn screen time.
All right, Dr. Lee, thank you so much. Great information as always. We love talking with you. Stay well.
You too. Good to see you.
Thanks.